I am a type of a person who doesn't like the idea of working for somebody else forever, and the reason is simple. It's because I don't like the idea of fulfilling another person's dream while putting my own hold. And my dreams are simple, which is this: making YouTube videos. And that got me thinking, how much money did the CEO of the biggest food brand companies makes compared to their employees? Well, worry no more, because we're about to find that out. But before we start, I just want to be clear: the information in this video comes from my online research, including Google's AI overview and other public available company reports. Enough weaponization, let's go into the video. Starting off with KFC. KFC is by far one of my favorites and one of the biggest food companies in the world. So now the CEO of KFC makes about $17.9 million, which is roughly around 297 million rand. If you think that is not insane, check this out. The average employee makes $15,346 each and every year, which is roughly around 254,000 rand per year. Insane. Now, in order for the employee to match the amount of money that the CEO makes, they have to work 1,167 years in order to make the amount of money that the CEO makes in 1 year. That is insane. Just imagine being told that you need to work over 1,000 years, boy, in order to make the amount of money that your boss, that your CEO is making. That is crazy. Now we move on to the company number 2, which is Burger King. Now, Burger King, I haven't tried it because I don't think that the advertisement that I see doesn't make me want to buy Burger King. Okay, now Burger King, the CEO of Burger King makes around $14.5 million a year. That is roughly 240 million rand each and every year. Now, the employee makes around $18,801 each and every year. That is roughly around 312,000 rand each and every year. This basically means, now let's break the difference down. This basically means each and every hour the CEO makes 27,400 rand each and every hour. And each and every minute CEO makes 456 rand each and every minute. That is about 7.60 cent rand each and every second. You see? You see how insane that is? Now, the average employee makes around 36 rand each and every hour. 36 rand. And they make around 60 cents each and every minute, which is roughly 1 cent a second. You see the gap? That gap is pretty much insane. Now we move on to one of my favorite companies of all time, which is McDonald's. Now, this is insane. The CEO of McDonald's makes around $12 million a year. That is roughly around 200 million rand each and every year, but in my research I ended up finding out that is 199 million rand per year. Now, the employee makes around $28,000 each and every year. That is roughly 464,000 rand each and every year. Now, the worker needs to work 429 years. That basically means that they must work for 5,148 months. 5,000 months. Chipotle. Now, the CEO of Chipotle makes around $19.1 million a year, which is roughly 316 million rand per year. Now, an average employee makes around 16.66 thousand rand per year, which is roughly 276,000 rand per year. Now, the pay ratio basically means it is 1148 to 1. This basically means that an employee needs to work 1148 years in order to make the same amount of money that the CEO makes in 1 year. That is the pay ratio, which is kinda insane. That is basically means that employee need to work for 13,776 months. That's nearly 419,000 days. Oh man, that is crazy. Now we move on to the last company that I wanted to talk about, which is by far like the biggest coffee company. You already know what I'm talking about. Starbucks. Let's go, man. Now, this one is the biggest one of them all, according to my research. Now, see, the CEO of Starbucks makes around $31 million each and every year. That is roughly around 514 million rand per year. That is $500 million, brother. More than $500 million, by the way. Now, an average employee of Starbucks makes around $17,279, which is around 286,000 rand. The pay ratio is insane than the last one, which is the pay ratio is 1,794 to 1, which means that you already know that the employee needs to work for 1,794 years in order to make the amount of money that the CEO make in 1 year. That is crazy. Now you might think that is crazy, but the crazier part is that an employee needs to work almost 18 years to make 1% of the amount of money that the CEO is making. Yo, nah, that's crazy. Imagine being told that you need to work 18 years without spending too much money in order to make the amount of money that the CEO is making. To make 1%, by the way, the amount of money that the CEO is making. If you're wondering what is the 1% of the amount of money, I did some little bit of calculation because, you know, I'm the mathematical genius. I ended up finding out that 1% of 514 million rand, it is 5,140,000 rand. That is 1% of it. This is insane, guys. Now you understand that gap. You know what I mean? Now, I am not saying that having a job is a bad thing, but if that is your only plan, like to work for somebody else, like your whole entire life, these numbers may end up changing the way you think or the way you view life. Like, because if you are your own boss, you can make like way so much money, guys. Like, come on. Now, having a job is a really good thing because you can get money, like to take care of your family. Like, you can save the money to start your own business. But the main reason why I made this video is just because I wanted like to share like the massive difference. Like, guys, if you enjoyed the video, well, you did enjoy the video, I mean, you're still watching. So please, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get this channel to 3,000 subscribers. Let's go.